My name is Terry Abba. This video presentation will address integrated therapy. I will interview a patient using 3 modalities of integrated therapy. My patient is Mr. Bond, an accomplished lawyer, married with 2 adolescent children, but recently depressed and entertaining feelings of low self-worth, high anxiety. This has led to increased discord with wife and the children at home. According to the Institute of Integrated Psychotherapy embraces an attitude towards the practice of psychotherapy that affirms the inherent value of each individual. It is a unifying psychotherapy that responds appropriately and effectively to the person at the affective, behavioral, and cognitive psychological levels of functioning, and addresses as well the spiritual dimensions of life. The term integrative has a number of meanings. It refers to the process of integrating the personality, taking disowned, unaware, and unresolved aspects of self and making them part of cohesive personality, reducing the use of defense mechanisms that inhibits spontaneity and limit flexibility in problem solving. Health maintenance relating to people and re-engaging the world with full contact. Richard Eskin described this phenomena as the process of making whole. He analyzed that through integration, it becomes possible for people to face each moment openly and freshly without the protection of preformed opinion, attitude, or expectation. The 3 modalities of integrative therapy I will use for the interview of Mr. Bond are behavioral, experiential, and historical approach. Behavioral includes approach that primarily targets behavior or action. It implies that patients get into trouble because of the way they act. They are caught in a web of maladaptive interaction patterns that constitute the primary target of intervention. A resolution will ensue if the maladaptive behaviors are changed. Experiential. It is a form of therapy that focuses primarily on patients' experience, particularly their experience of themselves and each other in interaction. So, while the behavioral focuses on the outside of human activity, the experiential focuses on the inside. This includes cognition as well as the interpersonal communication of thought and feelings. It implies that patients are in trouble because they're engaged in maladaptive cognition and or affective patterns that prevents them from solving the problems and functioning adaptively. Historical. This is a form of therapy that integrative therapy that focuses on the family origin, the history of the family over time, and the impact of that history on current functioning and problems. It analyzes how what is going on in the family affects current cognition, cognitive and emotional pattern. These above 3 modalities will be used to interview Mr. Bond. It will help to understand his behavior, what he thinks and believes, and behavior towards his family. And exploring historical approach will help to understand if family history has effects on his actions and his beliefs. The expectation of overall encounter with Mr. Bond will be to prompt him to freely identify the problems he's having and what he believes is causing the problem, and assist him with changing distorted feelings and beliefs, and then give him tools to use in dealing with these problems. Example of how I will use the behavioral, experiential, and historical approach to support the cultural and diversity of Mr. Bond is having him name the problem, focus on his experience and the interaction with his family, and analyze some of his family history. My name is Terry Abba. Nice to meet you today. Did you have a hard time finding the office?
No, it was fine.
Okay. What made you come in today to see me?
Well, I've been feeling terrible, really depressed. I'm just not good to anyone. I get very anxious, lots of problem with my wife and kids.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
I am a failure to my wife and kids. I get so anxious, can't do anything right.
Okay. You said you're a failure to your wife and kids. What gave you that idea?
My wife doesn't want to be close to me anymore. It's like she's purposely putting a distance between us. The children are always fighting and don't listen to me.
So what does that mean to you, Mr. Bond?
I don't think she loves me anymore, and the children do not care about my position as a father.
Okay. You can... It sounds like you're having thoughts of low self-esteem, self-worth, and fear of losing your position as a father in the home.
You can call it that, actually.
Do you talk to your wife about your day when you come back from work?
When I try to talk to her, she doesn't seem to be interested. So I stopped.
Why is it? What is she mostly doing when you get home from work?
Either in the kitchen or doing things with the kids.
Okay. Has she always done this domestic chores, or did it just start recently?
I suppose she has always been this way, so maybe I'm making too much of it.
Okay. You said your children do not care about your position as a father. Why is that?
When I try to stop them from fighting, they don't listen.
Do you think other children at their age act this way?
You're right. I suppose it's normal for children at their age to be this way.
Okay. You also mentioned that you have been anxious. Why is that?
I feel like I don't matter anymore, so I shut down when I'm at home.
Does this act of shutting down happens only when you're at home?
Yes, because they don't pay attention or care about what I have to say.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Bond, do you help your children with homework? With their school homework?
I used to. Maybe I can start participating with their homework and help out more around the house.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. What would you say? Do you think we made any progress today in our discussion?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. See you next week then. Okay, Mr. Bond?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Be here.
Mr. Bond, how are you today? Thank you for coming in. Were you able to practice some of the discussions we had last week?
I think so, but I still get anxious. It's really hard. It's like I'm always so worried.
Okay, so this excessive worry, is it getting worse when you're at home?
Yes, I get so worried that I will upset my wife and kids.
Okay. So let's go through that. When you get home from work and you're with your wife and kids, what goes through your mind?
I start to think that I may say something that will erupt into arguments with my wife or upset the kids. So I try to stay away from them. But I know I should be with them more and maybe help the kids with their homework. But I start to feel like I am not good enough and they won't listen anyway.
Okay. So the thoughts you are having is that you're not good enough, and you may say something that will upset the family, right?
Yes, they do not include me in what's going on in the house.
Oh. What you're saying is that this excessive worry, let's call it that name, excessive worry. Is that am I right?
I believe so.
Okay. And thoughts of not being good enough isolates you from the family.
I guess.
Okay. What if you get home and talk to your wife about your day at work and help the children with their homework and ask about their day at school? Do you think maybe you get a response and maybe they can include you and have conversation with you?
I guess. I can try that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bond. Thank you for coming in today. So we'll see you next week and discuss more about this, okay?
That would be nice.
Thank you.
Looking.
Hello, Mr. Bond. Thank you for coming in today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, how are things going at home?
Getting better.
Okay. During the last session, you were going to work on including yourself in the family activities. How is that going?
A bit improved.
Oh, great. I'm glad to hear that. What would you say your relationship with your wife is at this time?
My wife prefers to make most decisions about the home and gets upset when I try to intervene. That leads to much discord between us.
Can you give me a scenario where she made decisions and got upset when you tried to intervene?
Well, the other day my son wanted to go to sleepover with friends as usual. No one asked my opinion. When I tried to let her know it was not a good idea, she got very upset, yelling and screaming.
Okay, how did that make you feel?
It feels like I don't have any authority in my home. It made me feel really small.
Okay. So you feel as though you have no authority in your own home.
Yeah, my opinion doesn't matter.
What was it like at home growing up in your own family?
It was a quiet home. My mom and dad were very strict.
Okay. How many siblings do you have?
2 older sisters.
Okay. Were you allowed to have independent thoughts while growing up?
Not really. You do as you are told.
Okay. We have to talk more about that, Mr. Bond, okay, in the next session. For the meantime, I would like for you to continue to involve yourself in your family affairs, the chores, helping the children with their homework, being able to talk to your wife, tell her about your day when you come back from work. Yeah, that might help to continue. And then next time we can continue about your family history and see how this affects what's going on at this time. Okay? Thank you for coming in, and we'll talk again next time, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate
Bond.
it.